big boat is rocking, boy. That Al Jarreau and Kelly Price rocking. Bobby the Bit, you know, what we gonna do, man, Papa, with Bobby? Because, you know, he's getting some world acclaim. They were talking about him over in Munich. Munich, Germany had a plug on him.
What? We just gonna ride his coat.
Saskatchewan, Canada was talking about Bobby the Bit the other day. What you gonna do with yourself, Bit?
Hey, I need to know what they talking about.
You know, man, son of a bit. I know that.
We're work in progress, baby.
Yes, we are. We have anybody on your side of the coin, Papa?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Guy Lipkins, what's up, fellow Tiger, Punkster, and all around good guy. How's everything
We
going
need to
there?
get a show on punology.
Yeah,
And
that
have
would have
the,
to
yeah,
be
just
on.
let him take the
Yeah,
microphone.
be on.
Yes, sir.
Walter Hart is going to be warm enough to go hit the links today, dude.
He probably, yeah, you
He's
know,
probably out there already, man.
with his winter golf gear on.
And Kip Keebler's on.
What's up,
And I got to have lunch with he and his lovely wife, my sister-in-law,
Coco.
the other day. The Keebler family. They're in Virginia this week. They're house hunting. They're getting ready to move. So good luck, and don't let the militias get you, dude.
What's up, Keebler?
And
And
finally, Sylvan Jones, Sly, out of the Ohio Mother chapter of the Buffalo Soldiers. He just brought a new bike, a Victory, and it's pretty, man, and I'm trying to get him to name it the Silver Surfer. So all you soldiers out there, y'all flood his inbox with Silver Surfer, spelled the way he
what's
spells his
Kickstand
first
doing? Is
name.
Kickstand out there this week?
I don't know.
I love them daggone motors. Y'all get creative. Y'all need to come on. We just have a Jumbo Love show with Buffalo Soldier nicknames from all across the country, and then give a prize away at the end of the day or something. Because it's quite unique and very creative, I'd say. Let me give some love. My cousin, Regina Dillard, who was supposed to start her new Regi D show today at 12 o'clock. She had to work. Something happened, but she promises her people are going to get with my people so we can set this thing up. She probably wanted a raise before she ever started, but we love you, Regi D. That's how you roll. We've also got, on the big boat, Sweet Treats. Deborah Wade. What's going on, sugar?
Chomp, chomp.
Bun. And we've got Miami is still nicest, finest. Ron Cummings. I know he'll call in today sometime about, 11 o'clock. Hint, Eastern Standard Time. We can tell him about the great trip going to Miami. I'm telling you, it's going to be the 10th annual Jazz in the Garden. All airfare, hotel arrangements, concert tickets, the yacht party, as he calls it, the Gators and Pastels. You know them diamonds.
That sounds like Detroit's in
Man, you know them diamonds on the boat. And don't think they're going to get wet. That's what's funny. You know, so you're going to get humidized up in that bug. And also, want to give big love to Marlene Grayson. You little cutie. I know you out there listening to Jumbo Love this morning, and I always have to talk to you, Marlene. Welcome aboard.
He changed his voice for that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was,
he tried to do Billy D.
HB took over.
What's the matter? You don't like Gardini? Y'all remember
That's a
Boy,
best line
wait
in
a
the movie.
minute, Papa. You sound like you used that before. You've had experience with that one before. But no, we just want to welcome aboard all the great people who continue to support Jumbo Love and RadioNext.tv on the Cool Groove site. Michael Richardson, pull up to the microphone.
I'm here.
Before we get up in this conversation about home buying, man, this is a godsend, as I told the people, as early as I can remember in my life. Michael Richardson's been in my life right across the street from mother. Grew up, had a little gap, get back together, had a little gap, and just recently, in my need to go look for some home buying, I heard Michael Richardson on WTLC. Yeah, I said it. And the commercial was talking about, effective home buying. I said, let me get in touch with this brother, and voila, here we are. And Mike, tell the people just a little bit about you, your history, and then we're going to get into techniques and tips on buying some home.
Okay, first thing I want to say, HB, it's good to hear from you. We've been together. I guess I've known you since I've been about 5. I'm just barely over that now. But your sister was my first girlfriend. You may not have known that, but that was
You don't think I knew that, man? You know, I'm still got my knife over here. I remember what you did to her.
She does. He lied that. He lied that.
Let me get back to real estate.
Yeah, let's say can't lie about little lines up in there. But
Okay,
no.
a little bit about me is I actually didn't want to get into real estate. I've been in it now over 23 years. But when I first started off, I just got into it for investment purposes. But one thing led to another, and finally got into it. I think my first 5 years, I was in Century 21. I did 8 years with RE/MAX, and then I've been with my own company about 14 years. So I've done just about everything. So now we try to give some information about a little bit of everything in real estate. Real estate's a big field, and I guess this morning, hopefully this will be one of many times that we'll have a session. But
You're ready to be a real sponsor at Radio Next.
right, well, that's what I'm talking about. Real estate's a big area. We're just going to talk about this morning purchase agreements. I brought purchase agreement and listing agreement. Generally, most people are either buyers or sellers. And so when they get into that category of being a buyer, getting into the category of being a seller, they need to know what they're getting into. And we have a purchase agreement and a listing agreement so that we have a little bit of structure involved.
Let me ask one quick question. Let's say I'm a seller. I'm in the market first time, bought some property, as you mentioned, to invest in. I make the call. Mike, just bought some property as a seller. What is the first step that we're going to go through?
Well, first thing we're going to do is talk about where the property is, and very importantly, we're going to do a title search. I think early in my career, I sold a property for one of my friend's parents. It was a conventional or a commercial property. We sold it. By the time we got to the closing table, it was a $20,000 lien on it. So one of the first things we're going to do, if someone buys a property, and many times people buy properties from friends or relatives, and they don't know that at the end, sometimes it's liens on them. So one of the first things that we want to do before we put it out to the market to sell is make sure that the title work is clean. So we do a title search on it.
And after we find out it's clean, your role as a broker, what should I expect? What kind of fees are involved in trying to move the house?
Well, most of the time, and it's really no definite form, but most of the time we charge a commission based on the seller's price or the sale of the home. We usually go from 6 to 7%, depending on how hard the sale is, where the property is located at. But the first thing we do is come up with an equitable price. Many times in this business, depending on who owns the property, they oftentimes have an emotional attachment to it.
They want more than it's worth.
Yeah, a lot of times they want more than what the property is worth. And what that does is it ends up hurting them because you put the property on the market for higher than it's worth, and then it stays on the market, nobody buys it, and then eventually people think something's wrong with it. But it's really nothing wrong with it, it's just priced higher than what it should be.
Right. So from the seller's side, it's pretty easy. We're going to take a break because the buyer has a lot more, I would imagine, hurdles and hoops and things to jump through than someone who owns something wanting to sell it. So we're going to take a short break talking to Michael Richardson, Homes by Emmanuel, and then we want to talk about how you got that blessed name for the name of your company when we come back. You are listening to the Jumbo Love Show here at RadioNext.tv and the Cool News site.
Yeah, Fridays.
All right.
Michael, give me one of your. You may have to